January 2nd here in southern Ontario, Canada. So 5 more countries have joined the B.R.I.C.S alliance. Now you might say, well, what's that got to do with me and my country? Well, unless you're in one of the now 10 B.R.I.C.S alliance countries, it's going to affect the American dollar. Well, it already is, apparently. Let's just take a little basic look at it. The original alliance, B.R.I.C.S, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Some big players globally there in land mass, resources, and simply in money. The number has doubled with the joining officially of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia, which now means half of the global oil production is under the B.R.I.C.S alliance, meaning they're trading in their own currencies. They're not using the American, formerly referred to as petrodollar. Now in 2023, roughly 30% of global GDP was ran through the American dollar and 30% through the original 5 countries. Now we've got 5 more. So this year, in 2024, it's a pretty safe assumption a lot more of the global GDP is going to go through their basket of monies than Uncle Sam's greenback. This can't be good for Uncle Sam's dollar. Now, at the same time, a strange thing is happening. There's a G7 meeting coming up. I'm not sure if it's this month. And America, Joe Biden, wants the G7 countries to allow him to take 300 billion Russian dollars, I'll say, that are frozen with the gig with Ukraine. Yeah, Joe Biden wants to say to these other countries, this 300 billion is spread through, well, Belgium's one and France has some, and kind of really doesn't matter who all has how much of this $300 billion. He's going to ask them to allow him, Biden, to claim for himself this $300 billion. That's got everybody freaking out, right? Like, whose assets, whose money's safe where if this gig goes down? Well, anyways, it creates big troubles for Uncle Sam's dollar, as a lot of countries have been dumping U.S. bonds from their central banks. They're lessening their reserves of U.S. currencies because they're trading in their basket of their monies, not the U.S. dollar. Uncle Sam has to buy his bonds back. It's being referred to as de-dollarization. The dollar that's being de-dollarized being the American dollar. A lot of people are pretty shaken up and concerned by this. It should be noted the bank of B.R.I.C.S, if you will, is based in China. And what they're doing is lending money to developing countries at rates that are lower than the IMF or the World Bank, which would have been using the US dollar. Seems kind of nefarious way to buy your way into a country, to me. I mean, if you think about China and their plans of global dominance, and now so they go into a third world country, lend them money for development projects, emphasis on green development. So the developing countries now in debt to the bank, which is located in China. I'm not the only one speculating on the nature of that business. And in summation, oddly enough, Argentina, I think they were part of B.R.I.C.S and have left. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but we know what's going on in Argentina with the new guy at the helm there and their inflation, and they got big financial problems. So I'm not going to comment on what Argentina's departing is all about to Argentina. I don't know. And I lost my last train of thought. Something to do with Argentina. Well, sorry, lost that train of thought. Week ending, I know. As soon as it comes to me here. Oh yes, that was it. More than 30 countries have expressed interest to some degree, whether it's applying for or just looking into joining the B.R.I.C.S alliance. So in 2024, it could grow a lot bigger yet. Canada is one of the few countries in the world who, if we have any money in our Bank of Canada, it's in American dollars, if we have any. I'm a little dubious about that. And Canada, of course, America is our biggest trading partner, so we're very dependent on the value of the U.S. dollar. And what's the American debt now? Is it 34 or 37 trillion dollars? Ooch.